morning, students. Welcome to the IGCSE online sessions. I'm Mr. Charles, and I'll be with you for the third lesson of week 4. First of all, let's start with the assignment you had, the writer's craft, page 150. That it read, make notes on how and why the style and content of newspaper report differs from the blog article on page 149, even though it is about the same topic, the same diamond. And you must include the following points about the layout, formatting, style and register, the way the writer addresses the reader, content, what is being reported, and the use of language or diction. Our answers do not have to be identical, but we do have to come up with certain ideas that fall into that category. So you might come up with different ideas from mine, but they should fall in the category of, let's say, layout, or they should fall in the category of content or dictionary. In terms of layout, the Lesi di La Rona, it had multiple paragraphs, one to address a single idea. So each paragraph addressed one single idea. The No Buyer for Once in a Lifetime Diamond report, it had multiple paragraphs the same, but each paragraph tackled many ideas together. So in terms of formatting, for the first text, each idea in a single paragraph, and the second text, each idea or many ideas in one paragraph. In terms of style and register, the Lesi di La Rona had informative style and more formal register. But the second text had less formal or more informal register. The content of the first text, it was vivid, thorough, clear description of history of the diamond's discovery and how rare it is and the auction it was made for. But this text ends with an environmental advice that this cannot go on forever. But the second text had a briefer, or let's say a shorter description of the history of the diamond's discovery, rarity, and auction, and it addresses the failure of auctioning it. This was absent from Lesi di La Rona's text, that the auction failed to achieve its goal. They demanded a reserve price of 70 million, and the auction only got the highest bid was 61. The use of language in Lesi di La Rona, it contained more technical terms, be that in adjectives, verbs, or nouns. But the second text was more mainstream, was more common to the normal reader. It contained less, if any, technical terms. As we said, your findings do not have to be identical to these, but make sure whatever you found falls into the category of the in terms of, falls into the category of what's required. So do not mix layout with content, let's say, or content with use of language, and so on. Go now to page 151, please. The following two texts are about synthetic diamonds, artificial diamonds. Text A is a radio interview from the annual Antwerp Diamond Fair. Mr. Herbert Goodwill, HG, referred to as HG, owner of a chain of jewelry shops, is talking to reporter Jackie Rafferty, JR, about changes in retail trends. The second text is a blog article. Let's read the first text together. So the reporter Jackie Rafferty, JR, are you seeing any significant changes in the popularity of diamonds and jewelry designs in your shops? Classic cuts and styles are still the most popular, and diamonds are still a girl's best friend. But people are also looking for unusual designs, unique pieces. At Goodwill's, we offer customers the chance to buy a stone and have it set according to their own design. we're seeing significant increase in this bespoke design service. What about the sale of synthetic diamonds? Any developments here? As it happens, I have a very positive approach to what many like to call fake diamonds. Really? Why is that? Well, synthetics cost in the region of 30% less than a natural diamond of the same size. And there are now a wide range of shapes and sizes available, mostly within the 1 to 2 carat category. This means you can buy a good sized stone for more affordable price. And let's face it, synthetics are available now have the same optical properties as the real thing. This makes flawless stones much more attainable. Stocking synthetic stones also means people can have a rare, fancy, vivid purple or fancy canary yellow if they do choose so. And more environmentally friendly, would you say? Environmentally friendly, yes. Safer, yes. But whether synthetic stones will retain their value like natural ones remains to be seen. Not that investing in diamonds is ever wise, unless you want to wear your wealth, of course. Text B. Jim's Gemstones blog, Nature's Diamonds and Synthetic Stones. New technology is growing diamonds. A silver of carbon, called a seed, is placed in a vacuum chamber. Gases are added, temperature is turned up, and voila, a new diamond. The process involves microwave rays, methane, and hydrogen gases, and with the right temperature, the diamond literally starts growing. A few days later, the magic box is opened, and the scientist cracks up something that takes nature millions of years to produce. And the great thing is almost nobody can tell the difference. Lab created gems are virtually identical to their natural counterparts because they have the same chemical and physical properties. These synthetic diamonds are now being marketed as an earth friendly alternative to natural diamonds, which I say is a good thing. Organic rough diamonds are formed around 100 miles beneath the Earth's surface. At some point after crystallization, they're forced closer to the Earth's surface by volcanic eruptions, but they still need to be mined, a dangerous and costly business. Perhaps the most important point is that man made diamonds have the same optical qualities as their underground counterparts. They exhibit the same fire, scintillation, and sparkle. In fact, they are so close that scientists and engineers are trying to create machines to tell the difference. The need to differentiate lab grown from natural is important though, because the natural diamond industry believes it will preserve what they call diamonds' integrity, mystique, and value. It's a serious concern for the owners of diamond mines and dealers, of course, who are anxious to maintain the perceived value and price of the real thing. Synthetic diamonds are currently available at between 25 to 30% cheaper than mined stones. Some say making diamonds is unethical. Unethical, fake, call them what you will. Synthetic stones are kinder to miners and kinder to our earth. They're easily made, cost less, and they sparkle exactly the same as the nature's bounty. How to write a report, page 152. Well, we have some steps to how to write a report. The first one is you have to make sure you have all the relevant information. Right now, we start with the drafting stage. That is, you're making a draft about a report about a subject that you want. Let's say gold mining as opposed to the diamond mining. Gold mining, you are asked to write a report about gold mining. So make sure first you write a draft, and in this draft, the first step is you gather all relevant information about what is needed from you. The second step is categorize those pieces of information into subheadings that logically follow each other. So basically group your relevant information into the subheading, the main heading being, let's say, gold mining or gold mines, and the subheadings are the minor ideas you are about to include. Make sure you categorize your information in subheadings that stay maintaining flow for the reader while reading. Stay formal and neutral. So, in terms of use of language and register, stay formal as much as possible and neutral. This means do not use emotive language. Do not try to persuade the reader into something. You're just reporting. And don't use colloquial language because this weakens your style of writing. Adding passive voice as much as you want makes the report more formal, adds objectivity to the report, not being subjective. Conclude with the purpose of your report. What's the purpose of your report? Is it merely to inform? Is it to persuade us into an action of some kind? Do not be persuasive in your report. You should maintain neutrality, but be persuasive if you want to be persuasive at the end. If your purpose is to make us buy this product, if your purpose is to for your company to make a certain, let's say, deal, as we will see in the following question. Writing a report question, page 152. This is a standard IGCSE question where you get two pieces of texts, text A and text B, and you have to make a form of writing, be that a report, an email, a diary, anything's possible. But for today, you have to make a report. And the question reads, you're a purchasing manager, basically a buyer, for an important jewelry shop. Your shop is considering buying synthetic diamonds. Write a report for your managing director, setting out the differences between natural and synthetic diamonds, and explain why you think stocking synthetic stones is a good idea or not. Base your report on information from texts A and B. When you read this question in the exam and you are approaching to answer, make sure you annotate the skill that we took at the beginning of the year. Take notes of everything that you read, be that texts or questions. And the question requires you to write a report. That's the first piece of information. The second thing, what's required in your piece, in your report? First, you have to point out the differences between the two types of diamonds, the natural and the lab grown synthetic ones. And then you explain why you should or why you think buying a lot of synthetic stones is good or not. The structure of saying in the question, is it a good idea or not? This allows you for your own opinion to be discussed. If you think it's a good idea, go for it. If you think it's a bad idea, go for that. If the question had read, explain why you think stocking synthetic stones is a bad idea, just, or a good idea only, then you are entitled for only one response. But here, you have the choice to decide if it's good or bad. Take between 30 to 40 minutes now. Try to write a report that includes your opinion and the differences between the two types of diamond, and then come back, we'll discuss it together. The points that you should have included in your report. First of all, it should be in the form of a paragraph, and it should write the following points. First, synthetic diamonds are visually the same as the natural diamond. Again, your wording is up to you. It doesn't have to be identical to mine. But you should point out that they look identical to the natural ones. And they cost far less. And they will get cheaper in the future. They have limited damage to the environment, the synthetic diamonds, because they're grown in a lab. Limited, if any. They can be created in different colors. They are not limited to one color. They are in the same as natural diamonds can be created in different colors. They are flawless, and this is a criterion of natural diamonds as well. They are chemically identical to the natural diamonds as well. As for the natural diamonds, you should have included these points as well. First, they are more prestigious for their rarity. So basically, people love them more. They take pride in wearing them because they are rare. They are they are in good supply for now, but this may not last because as stated, they take thousands, if not millions of years to form. They provide jobs through mining. This is something not included in the synthetic diamond industry because in labs you need much more or much less people, much fewer people to work, while in the natural diamond industry you have a very big mine and you need a big number of people. How to start the report? Well, it's basically, dear sir, since you're addressing your supervisor, your director, in regards to our hopes in buying synthetic diamonds. Just a very brief introduction about what you are going to talk about what was the task in hand that you had. Make sure you had concluded with the report by saying, in conclusion, I recommend we stock on this or that. Is stocking on synthetic diamonds a good idea? You say this and why? And then is stacking or stocking on natural diamonds a good idea? Yes or no, and state why. We're done for today. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and keep up the good work.